Hey guys, Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. I've got a really cool video today. My son is a 21-year-old and wanted to start an eBay account, and it got me thinking and got my brain working. It's been 20 years. I've had my eBay account open for 20 years. So it got me thinking about the things that I take for granted that I needed to share with him about how to get his eBay account started. He's 21 years old. He cleans my cards, preps them, gets them ready, helps me ship them to PSA. He does all my listings on eBay. He does it for me on my phone and on my desktop, but he wants to get into it on his own. And I just started having this waterfall of ideas and information and things that are being stirred up that I haven't thought about in 2 decades because it just comes second nature to me. And so it gave me the idea to create this video, which as you can see is focused on some do's and don'ts of buying and selling, and more importantly, maybe most importantly, shipping on eBay when you're talking about the purchase and sale of sports cards. And so I don't want to take a lot of time. I want to try to keep this video relatively brief. I jotted down some notes, and I'm actually just going to share my notes on the screen over here because that might be the easiest way to do it. Hopefully you guys can read that. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Let me go 125 here. Okay, so let's try. So first, let's talk about some of the don'ts as a seller. And we're just going to kind of go through these one at a time. I've got my eBay account over here, so we may, if I left personal information on there, for God's sakes, please don't rob me or hack me or whatever. But I didn't give much thought to that. But I'm going to kind of walk you through some of my listings and just different stuff you can do. And if we need an eBay interface, I've got it here so we can do the picture-in-picture. But let's go back to the notes. And so we'll start with seller don'ts. Okay, so these are things that you should not do as a seller. Okay, number one, everybody is going to agree with me on this. Do not use PSA 10 question mark or PSA question mark or just PSA period or BGS or anything like that, or Gem Mint when you're doing raw card listings. Number one, if you're listing raw cards, list the cards, let the pictures speak for themselves. Do not give any assertions or guarantees or innuendos as to what those cards would grade. Just list the cards as accurately as you can. And definitely don't use those buzzwords to try to catch a whole bunch of people, because it pisses people off and it's going to get you a bad reputation in the hobby, even on eBay. Number two, don't use one of one. Don't use the 1/1 if it's not a freaking 1/1 card. Okay, people do this all the time, and there's a running joke in the hobby: eBay 1/1. It's like his middle school jersey number. Doncic's European jersey number is now the new deal. Number 7. So please don't do that. Even number 77 out of 99 is not 1/1 for Doncic. It is jersey number to 77, but it is not 1/1. So don't try to mislead potential buyers by calling something a 1/1 when in fact it is not a 1/1. And if it is pop 1, put pop 1. Do not put 1/1 because it's not. That is not the same thing. Number 3, do not combine random cards into lots when listing. If you're trying to maximize profit on the sale of a bunch of cards, don't put a Jackie Robinson raw 5th year baseball card with an Anthony Edwards base prism with a Giannis 2013 Panini PSA 9 rookie card. Don't combine random cards like that. That doesn't jibe well. In fact, there's video after video after video on YouTube, and there's evidence and historical evidence of some of the greatest deals ever gotten on eBay are when people put mismatched and like absurd lots together that don't extract the full value of the constituents of the lot. So try to group like cards. Like if you're selling Anthony Edwards and you're selling Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, don't combine those two. Don't combine baseball with football. You're not going to maximize your money. You're not going to get the best bang for your buck. So that's just a little tidbit of advice, and that's not really an opinion. That's a fact. Some of the greatest deals ever gotten on eBay are when people throw a bunch of commons in there, and then there's a rare card from another sport, or a Bruce Lee card is mixed in with a Rolling Stones card with a bunch of 1975 baseball tops. You can't list all that in the title, so don't put them all together. Just do separate lots. Just take the extra time to do separate listings. Do not auction cards that are not high visibility cards. And what I mean is, if you've got an off the wall card, that you don't think the world is looking for, or you think could go unnoticed in 3, 5, 7, or a 10-day auction, don't auction it. Just put it on there, just list it, buy it now or best offer, and don't even put a minimum offer. If you just want to see what the card's worth and see what you can get for it, this is especially important for cards that are relatively low dollar value. If it's a $5 card or maybe even a $25 card, if it's like a no offense to whoever collects, but like a Kevin Herter purple prism or something like that, I would not auction that card. I would not auction a Kevin Herter purple number to 75 prism because there may not be that. Those Kevin Herter collectors are few and far between. There may not be enough of them out there. I hate to keep picking on guys like Kevin Herter, but that may not be on the tip of everybody's tongue. It may not be at the top of their mind, and so that card literally could get overlooked for 5, 7, 10 days. People may not have Kevin Herter purple prism saved into their eBay searches, so you may end up selling that card for 99 cents when it's really worth $11 or $40 or whatever it is. I have no idea, but that's just an example of the type of card I'm talking about. If you've got a Ja Morant rookie card right now, a Steph Curry rookie card right now, you can put that sucker at 99 cents and ignore it. You're going to get what you get, okay? It's not going to go overlooked. It's not going to be overlooked or unseen. But some of those niche cards that, maybe people aren't looking for, and lots especially like that, I would not start auctions at 99 cents on those and just let them run, because you can take a bath on those. I don't think that's a good idea. So that's number 4. Number 5, do not put a reserve price that must be met on your auctions. People hate this. Comment below if you think I'm crazy, but I know this: when I see a reserve, I don't bid. I just don't. And I know a lot of other collectors like me who agree with me. I can't speak for the entire hobby, but if you're really that concerned about getting a certain price, then maybe you shouldn't even be auctioning the card. Maybe you should be listing it, buy it now or best offer. Number 6, do not forget to remove your eBay listing if your card is cross-listed or cross-posted. If you've got your card on eBay, Instagram, Facebook, MySlabs, or any other site, and you've got it on all of those places, please, 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 I'm begging you, leave yourself a reminder, or just get in the very good habit of, if it sells on IG, please go take it off Facebook. Please go take it off MySlabs. Please go take it especially off eBay. You will gain a very bad reputation in the hobby, and you will be second guessed by potential buyers when they message you or they click buy it now, for God's sakes, on eBay and say, I'll take it. And your response is, oh, I don't have the card anymore. I sold it on another platform. Yes, that may be true, but it comes off as a lie. It just does. And so don't forget to remove your cards from all the platforms once it sells on any platform. And I've done this. And when I did it, I felt absolutely horrible about it. And I was like, I'm better than this. I know better than this. So I just wanted you guys not to get caught in that trap. It is easy to forget, especially if you've got hundreds or maybe thousands of listings out there and you're cross-posting. I don't cross-post as much anymore. But I do leave myself a reminder to, when I'm shipping that card, I've got a reminder set to where I don't forget to take it off the other platform, just letting the world know it's no longer available. Number 7, do not I do not accept any offers from zero feedback buyers. You do what you want. If I get an offer, if I have a card listed, buy it now or best offer, I don't care what the value is. I don't care if it's a $20 card or a $20,000 card. I don't entertain it. I just don't. And I told my son that. I'm sorry. Hey, you're going to have a 0 rating. You've got to bump that rating up. You've got to get over 100 before people start to really not care that much. If you send me an offer and you have a 0 feedback, I don't accept it, because my assumption is, and right or wrong, my assumption is you may be somebody who's trying to, who has created an alternative account, who is trying to create a price point or a data point or a comp, as they say in the hobby, for a card that you own. And so you're clicking buy it now to create a new comp to try to drive the price up, with no intention whatsoever of actually consummating our sale and paying me for the card that I'm listing and selling. Number 8, do not cancel a sale or listing of yours because the card value has exploded. I really shouldn't have to tell you this. This is common sense. This is just good business sense. This is just good, being a good person, for God's sakes. If you've got a card listed and it's listed too low and somebody clicks buy it now, the day before that NFL quarterback or that basketball player plays in a game 7, and that basketball player has 45 points and wins game 7, and his card values go up overnight, don't be the dude that cancels an already consummated eBay transaction. Don't be that seller that says, oh, I lost the card was damaged, I forgot to take it off, I'd already sold it, blah, blah, blah. Don't do that. You're going to get negative feedback. It's going to reflect very poorly on your reputation. Just don't be that person. It's just part of the business. It's part of the hobby. It's your fault for listing the card, what you listed it for, when you listed it for, ending when it ended. Just eat it and take it and move on and fight the next battle. But don't pretend that something happened and relist that card, because most of the time people figure that out and then they repost it and then they blast you on Instagram or Facebook, as they should. Number 9, do not use Scotch tape or packing tape on your cards or top loaders, okay, as a seller. And this could probably go down. We're going to talk about shipping tendencies and shipping practices, best practices for shipping as well. But this is a no-brainer. Don't touch your top loader, penny sleeves, cards, anything with Scotch tape or packing tape, please, on your top loaders. Number 10, do not overcharge for shipping costs paid by the buyer. So if you're charging the buyer shipping, like I tend to, like if a card's selling for a reasonable amount, I tend to just put free shipping, because I feel that if you ask for $4 shipping or whatever, buyer factors that into what they're going to bid anyway. So I just offer free shipping. It just is simpler to me. I don't ever have to worry about it. But if you are going to charge for shipping, if you're selling a $3 card and you don't want to, get taken to the cleaners, and so you charge $3 shipping just to make sure it's not a loss, or $4 shipping, don't charge $9 shipping to ship a one raw card or to ship a slab. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to cost you that. Don't upcharge on shipping is basically what I'm saying. It's just frowned upon, and it ultimately it will affect your bid price. You're not going to get as many watchers, as many bidders. People hate paying for shipping. They feel like they're getting it free when you say free shipping, even when they build it into their auction bid price. So just don't overcharge or upcharge on shipping. It's just not appropriate. Here's what you do want to do as a seller. Number 1, you want to list in this order for your title, okay? If you're listing a card, this is my personal opinion. I want to hear comments if you think I'm crazy. This is the way I've done it for 20 years. I've had relative success on eBay. You want to list the quantity first. If you're selling one, don't list any quantity, just list the card. But if you're selling a lot, you want to put lot, and then I put it in parentheses, 12. Then you want to, 10 cards, however many cards you're listing. And then you want to put the year. Then you want to put the product. Then you want to put the player's name, make sure it's spelled correctly. Then you want to put the parallel or the type of card, silver prism, purple prism, insert, scoring kings, whatever. Then you want to put the grade. Then you want to put the card number, and then whatever else fits. I think you get 80 characters, if I'm not mistaken. And when I say then whatever else fits, I mean use 80 characters. If you have 61 characters used, you're wasting 19 characters that you could put in the title to try to throw a bigger cast net to catch more potential buyers and watchers. And so, if it's a Darius Garland card, put Cavs in there. If it's Precious Achua, put Raptors or Canada or Rookie or RC. And that's another thing I should have put in there. If it's a rookie card, put Rookie and RC. Put both. People save searches looking for one or the other, sometimes both, but sometimes it's just one or the other. You don't want to miss those potential bidders and potential watchers, so put RC or Rookie if it is a rookie card in there. Number 2, use all 80 characters. We just talked about it. Number 3, with high visibility cards, just start your auctions at 99 cents or $9 or whatever. If it's a big card, like I've got, if I'm going to go list a Jordan 86 Fleer rookie, that card's not going to go unnoticed. It's not like if I list it for $11, it's going to sell for $11. I could list it at $1,000. I could list it at $5,000. It doesn't matter what you start the auction at, except that you can hurt yourself. You can miss potential bidders. So the lower you start it, the more bids, the more watchers, the more action you're going to get, right? Because people are going to click favorites just to make sure it doesn't sell for too little. I just think you're going to get a lot more action. Now, again, this is for high visibility cards. This is cards that will never slip under the radar, okay? If you've got a purple Pulsar Malachi Flynn rookie card, maybe you shouldn't start it at 99 cents. I don't know. People probably don't have that saved in their eBay searches. No offense to Malachi and his mom, and Malachi's family. But, that's a card. Maybe you do a buy it now, best offer. And if you want to do an auction and you don't want to get taken to the cleaners, start it at $4.99 or something like that. I don't know. But big cards, don't sweat it. Don't sweat your start price. Don't put a reserve. Just list the freaking card. I mean, that's what eBay's for. if you're really that concerned, if you're that conservative, and I've got a super conservative banker friend here that lives in Baton Rouge with me, he auctions almost never. He just does buy it now, best offer, and he has tremendous success selling some of the cards that I consign raw cards to him to sell for me because he's so good at it. He doesn't do any auctions. He doesn't want to take that chance, and he pinches pennies, and it's treated him very well for 2 decades. So if you're that concerned about your card underselling at an auction, don't just raise the starting auction bid price. Just list it, buy it now, or best offer. Put a thoughtful description in your listing. Copy it for repeated use. What I mean by this, guys, is we're right here. Take some time, create a draft description that is uniform, that can be used as a template for all of your listings, and then always have it to where you can cut and paste it, or not cut and paste, but copy and paste it into your next listing. If you're doing 10 listings in a row, you just need to go into the listing section. You need to right click, paste, boom, your uniform template comes out. And then you go in, and if you want to, personalize it for that particular listing, then you add all that language in paragraph number 1, and then paragraphs 2, 3, 4, and 5 are, as follows. That let me just show you one of my listings. I'll pull up this absolutely one of a kind, eBay one of one, Dwight Howard, PSA 9, 2012 Prism. I'm joking, of course. If you go look at my description, and I don't know why it's spaced out so much, but I put on here, you're bidding on the exact card shown in the pictures. You are. The card's in exactly the condition you see. And this description is probably more of a uniform template for a raw card, but because this card's graded, the card is in exactly the condition you see. I do not certify any particular grade or condition. As always, I'll let the pictures speak for themselves. I have a 100% feedback on eBay. I do. I'm very proud of it after 20 years. I take that very seriously. I really do. Thanks, and please let me know if you have any other questions, and take a look at my other auctions. You always want to kind of lead people to look at your other auctions if you have them. Shipping is free and will be shipped very securely and protected via USPS first class with tracking. I'll ship the card within 24 hours of receipt of payment via PayPal. Thanks. And so the PayPal part's obviously old, but anyway, if it was a card that's $1,000 or more, we'll talk about this later. I would not. I would change that description, and I would put we'll ship via FedEx, because if it's over a certain threshold, I personally ship FedEx with tracking, but that's up to you. Number 5, if there are flaws in your card, even graded cards, yes, graded cards have flaws. If your card's a PSA 8, put in there, if you know the reason it's a PSA 8, put in there the reason it's PSA 8. I'm not saying to shit on your card, but be as honest as you can up front from the get-go, because it's always going to treat you better in the long run rather than having to deal with returns. There's nothing more as a pain in the ass than dealing with returns, guys. It's absolutely miserable. So if there's any flaws in your card, put read in the title, and then in paragraph 1 of your description, you've got your template reusable description below it, but in paragraph 1, explain what the flaw is in the card. If you have a card that you were going to send to PSA, you got it on eBay, and you were going to buy it raw, grade it, and flip it, and you get it, and you see there's a white corner, the back right corner is white. And for God's sakes, just describe the flaw and just say, selling the card, priced based on condition, read, and then in the title description say, card has slight whitening in the top right corner on the back, see picture number 4. Do it. Just do it. Do it the right way. Just practice good business. This is just common sense. Number 6, organize your listed inventory meticulously to avoid delay or cancellations. What I mean by this is, so you've got all your cards graded, right? So I've got all these cards, right? This is a bunch of 2012 cards. I'm collecting the set, so I've got a bunch of extra PSA 9s. I've got all these cards, right? I got pages and pages of stuff listed on eBay right now. All these cards, I've got them meticulously located in a very safe, protected, air temperature controlled location, labeled with little stickies on top of them, so that when one of my cards sells, it takes me 10 seconds to go find that card and start the shipping process. Just do it at the outset. The best laid plans are to have everything at your disposal, at your fingertips, and know exactly where it is when the time comes, so you don't have to waste precious time when you need to get that thing shipped out and move on to the next thing, right? Time is money, guys. You know that. So having all that stuff organized, don't just throw every single listed card you have in a white, long row box. You're going to be flipping forever to go find the card. Put it in like chronological order of what you listed it. Organize it by sport. Organize it by vintage, modern, ultra modern, whatever. You guys figure it out. You can organize it however the hell you want, but just have it real easy to find, especially lots. You don't want to just stack lots on top of lots, because then you got to go back and look at your listing and make sure where one lot stops and one lot starts. Put them in stacks. That way you've got your lots separated. If your transaction totals are low, like if you have 12 or 0 for God's sakes, or 10, constantly ask for feedback post transaction, buyer or seller, constantly. Hey, please leave positive feedback. I'm trying to grow my eBay account. All of us will always do so, right? Just constantly ask for that positive feedback, and you'll find most people will do that for you, and that'll help you grow your transactions. And the more your transactions grow, the more trustworthy you appear to be on eBay. Number 8, give feedback on all transactions if they're positive. If you buy a card from somebody and it comes in and you're like, damn, this is exactly as described, leave positive feedback. If you sell a card and your buyer pays immediately, leave positive feedback. Number 9, think very hard before leaving negative feedback on a transaction. I've done this one time. I have done a lot of transactions on eBay, 20 years worth, with a little break in between in there, but certainly I would say, certainly tens of thousands, over 10,000 transactions on eBay without question, probably tens of thousands. I've left negative feedback one time. I advise you to think very hard about that, because it does mean something. It means something in the community. And while if somebody leaves a negative feedback on me, that's one out of thousands and thousands. It's not the end of the world. But if somebody leaves a negative feedback on somebody with an 85 rating, well, now you just drop to like a 98%. That matters. The difference between 197 or 96 it kind of matters. So think very hard before you leave negative feedback, and try to work it out, or at least reach out and communicate what it is you're dissatisfied about. Send a message post-sale, pre-ship, mentioning other listings you have or other cards of the same player. So if I notice that somebody comes in, they swoop in and they buy a bunch of my Desmond Bain cards, right? They buy 3 Desmond Bain lots that I have. I might reach out to them and just send a message to buyer. You can just go in here on eBay, it's not on here, but like if you're in your eBay, my eBay, you go to selling, if you're about to ship the card, it would be in here. There would be a place right here and I have a red number. It would say paid awaiting shipment. You can go in there and you can message the buyer directly, and I would say, hey, I just wanted to make sure you noticed all my other listings. Just a reminder, my eBay username is Cajun Cardboard. Go check out my other listings. I combine shipping if you're interested in anything else. You never know, he may buy something else and you can save on shipping and ship it all together. Or if he bought a bunch of one player, you can say, hey, I have a Desmond Bain logo man, National Treasures, one of one for sale. I didn't know if you would be interested. He probably will be. So those are the kind of things, just little messages if you want to try to maximize your sale transactions. Number 11, offer free shipping on anything that's $20 or more. This is just my personal rule. If I think it's going to sell for more than $20, I just offer free shipping. I don't screw with it. If it's a card that I think could sell for $2, then I'll probably ask for $3 shipping just to cover some of my shipping costs. That doesn't cover all of it, because I think shipping now for most of my stuff is about $350. I don't know if that's about right for y'all. $325, $350, $375. So I offer free shipping on anything over $20. I'm not saying you need to, but it's not a bad idea. Number 12, I ship and pay for FedEx on all cards over $1,000. If I sell a card that's worth more than $1,000, period, end of story, black and white rule of mine, I ship it FedEx overnight, period, with tracking. That's just me. I want to make damn sure it gets there. I don't not trust USPS, but I trust FedEx more. I am 1 billion for 1 billion shipping very, very, very expensive cards via FedEx priority overnight. Never, ever, ever, ever had a failure. So I just don't leave anything to chance with cards over 1,000. Number 2, same thing. Cards over $1,000, they go in a box, not a bubble mailer. I don't take any chances of cracking, smashing, bending, anything like that. If I sell something that's worth more than $1,000, it is worth it for me to put it in a cardboard box. And I will tell you right now, I've maybe bought 10 boxes in 20 years, and I've shipped maybe 1,000 things in boxes. I just reuse them. Guys, reuse all your supplies. That should have been number 1 on my list, and it should be for everybody, buyers, sellers, shipping, everything. Never throw anything away. Save every team bag, save every bubble mailer, save every single box, save all your bubble wrap that's inside there. Why not? Just throw it in a separate pile for each, and then reuse it all. It just saves you time. Time is money. I keep saying it 100 times over again. We're talking about pennies, for all this stuff, or maybe $1 for a box or a bubble mailer, or a quarter for a bubble mailer. But shit, if you can reuse 200 of them, and they're a quarter each, that's $50 you just saved, that you didn't have to go buy them. Keep a spreadsheet of every single sale on eBay, MySlabs, PWCC, Golden, IG, Facebook, in person, cash, shows, everything. Keep a spreadsheet for tax reasons. Keep a spreadsheet for your reasons as an investor / collector. It's always nice to go back. If you guys haven't seen it yet, you're going to want to have a spreadsheet so you can go back 5 years later and see what you paid for cards that are still in your collection and see what your profit margin is. I've got episodes that come on my channel called the Cajun Time Machine. It's fantastic. I take a random snapshot of 10 transactions from 3, 4, 5 years in the past. I look at what I paid, I calculate what it's worth now, and I calculate what the profit margin would be. It's just for fun. It's just to go back and fun. It's like a Cajun Time Machine, obviously, is a made-up machine. And if you've seen the thumbnail, you'll laugh your ass off. But it's just fun to go back and look at what you paid for stuff. But it's getting more and more important for tax reasons. And the more you sell and the more you buy, the more important it is to keep meticulous records for the tax man if he comes a knocking. Number 15, if a listing is dormant, if your card sat there forever, and this is, I'm going to take my own advice. Like, I'm going to go look at my active listings here. If a card's just sat there forever, like all of these 2012 PSA 9s, believe it or not, these do sell. I had probably 100 up, and this is what's left. But it's real easy. You can go right here. Look on my screen. You'll see it's, my face is in the way. Let me go down. There you go. So right here where my cursor is, send offers eligible. Boom, you can click it. And I want to send some offers on this Dwight Howard. I'm going to click boom, send offers. I've got it listed at $25 plus free shipping. I'm going right here. I'm going to send a $20 offer plus free shipping. You could put a fancy little message in there if you want. Dwight Howard's the greatest of all time. Dwight Howard's going to make the Hall of Fame. Buy it now. Do whatever you want. You can allow counter offers or disallow counter offers, and then you can send it. Boom. It just goes to every single person that was watching that card. It's that easy. And I promise you, it actually works, guys. That actually works. And I'm going to go through here with some of these where I don't care about $5 here or there. I just want to move inventory and churn and burn this money and put it back into Jordan. As you know, if those of you who know me, I'm going to go send those offers today right after I finish recording this video. Going back, let's talk about, okay, that's it for do's and don'ts as a seller. Let's talk about as a buyer. We're going to go a little bit quicker here because I'm already at the 27-minute mark, and we got to talk about shipping as well. So on our screen, you'll see message don'ts. This is things don't do this as a buyer. Don't do this. Number 1, don't message the seller asking what's the lowest you'll take. Number 2, don't message the seller asking what's the lowest you'll take. Number 3, do not message the seller asking what's the lowest you'll take. That is effing obnoxious, right? There are ways to transact business. There are ways to inquire. There are ways to reach out to sellers. And I'm talking about sellers, myself, other sellers who list cards, buy it now, and they do not make offers available. Or they set a minimum offer that you can't hit or you're not hitting, okay? Don't be the buyer who just messages those exact words. What's the lowest you'll take? That shit makes me so mad, and I'm sure other sellers feel the exact same way. Brother, I put a minimum offer on there for a reason, okay? If you're not getting to the minimum offer to where we can even counter, then you're not close, okay? It's my card. It's my buy it now price. It's my minimum offer. If you can't hit the minimum, which is a pretty reasonable number to begin a negotiation, then don't send me a dumbass message like this asking me what the lowest I'll take is. I'm sorry if I sound upset about that, but there's nothing that pisses me off more than that. And my response to this is not a response. This is one of the very few times I do not respond. I just don't do it. I did it a few times at the beginning, and I set a minimum offer. What seems to be the problem? And their response is usually nothing. But we are going to talk a little bit on number 1 over here. And look, we're going to skip over right now. It is okay to message a seller who's got a card, buy it now, with no offers, right? Not accepting offers, and just beg them, is there something we can do to work something out? If you're polite and you ask, hey, look, I see you're not accepting offers. I'm super interested in the card. I just can't get quite to what you're asking for it. here's why, these are the comps that I'm seeing, is there any way we can work something out? You would be shocked at how cooperative and congenial sellers will be. I will be absolutely willing to have a discussion. And even if the answer is no, this is my price, this is all I want for it, I don't want less, that I'll respond. But that is drastically different than what's your lowest or best. It's like you're not even take the time to put a full sentence together or say, excuse me, or sir, or please, or thank you. Just be polite, man. It's just common sense and it's good business practice. Let's get back to the don'ts for buyers. I personally, this is just my rule. I know other people might disagree with me. I don't buy from zero feedback sellers, period. Number 5, I don't buy from less than 97% seller feedback rating. I just don't. If you're not 98, 99, or 100% feedback, I don't buy from you. There's too many other options out there. I don't buy from non-domestic USA sellers. Okay. In this, I don't want to sound like a xenophobe because I've paid friends and family to my friends in Australia for $50,000 before, right? I'm not blaring my trumpet, but it's not that I don't trust foreigners or foreign sellers. It's simply on eBay, I don't know you, right? You've not been vouched for. You've not been vetted. You have no history with me in the hobby. I deal with sellers from Asia, Europe, Australia, Korea, Korea's, I know, Asia, all the time. Continents all over the place. South America, some of the biggest and baddest and most friendly, fantastic, reputable collectors in the world are from all over the world. They're not in the USA. And I have no problem buying cards from those people when I've got vouches or I know them and I've known them through the hobby and I've seen their IG pages and Facebook pages. So it's not necessarily that, but on eBay, I don't know you, man. And if I don't know you and you're not domestic USA, I just don't mess with it. That's just me. And I put in here except in rare circumstances because it's a risk reward analysis. If it's a card that I have not seen anywhere else and I can't find it anywhere else and they've got a fantastic rating, but they're in another country, I'll do it. Another reason that it's a concern for me is shipping. Shipping's a pain in the ass, man, when you're buying internationally. It is. I mean, sometimes it takes months to get in from Asia. So anyway, that's just one of my rules personally. I didn't want you to be misled that I don't trust people from other countries. This is not fact. It's hard to trust anybody in this hobby, but it has nothing to do with where they live or where they, what their nation of origin is. Number 7, don't click buy it now as a buyer. Do not click buy it now if there's a listing that is buy it now or best offer. The seller is clearly willing to negotiate and sell it for less than their buy it now price, number 1. And number 2, there's absolutely no harm done in trying to make a lower offer. You can make a lower offer, get rejected, make a little bit higher offer, get rejected, make a little bit higher offer and get rejected, and then go click buy it now. Do you see my point? So if you can always click buy it now, there's no reason not to make an offer beforehand. It doesn't make any sense. And so don't make that mistake. Don't say, oh my God, that's my card. I mean, it's only, unless of course your concern is it's a new listing. You think the buy it now is way too low and you think that you really want this card and somebody's going to snatch it before, the seller responds to your offer, or they're going to take another offer before you. If that's the case, fine. But if there's multiple options, if it's a card where there's 8 of them on eBay, I would at least try to get an offer because you can always go buy it now from somebody else. I wouldn't. I would always at least try to offer first, unless again it's a precious card that you can't take a chance of not getting. We've already talked about number 1 over here. If the seller is or best offer, be polite and explain your offer in comparison to comps. This works. This is tried and true, and I'm not saying it works every time, but it works. It works on me and it works for me as the buyer. So what I mean is if somebody has a card listed for $100 or best offer, and you want to offer 80, go to Card Ladder, go to the Card Ladder sales history, look at the comps. If the comps are, 74, 76, 78, here's what I would do. I want the card for 80. I'm willing to pay a little bit over comps. I'm not willing to pay the seller's $100 buy it now. I will make an offer for 80. And this will be my exact message. Excuse me, or sir, comma, just as a matter of respect. I'm not kissing ass, but just be respectful. I'd like to offer 80 for the card. You know, I looked at the comps. Here are the last 3 comps. I pulled these off a card ladder. They're 74, 76, and 78. I'm willing to pay a few dollars over the last 3 sales. If I'm missing a sale higher than that, please let me know. Thank you so much for considering my offer. Period. Brian. Boom. It's personalized. It's polite. It's informative. It's factual. You're reiterating and emphasizing that you're paying over comps with your offer. It just gets the seller in a more cooperative, position to work with you. So that's just my thoughts on that. Read the title to make damn sure it matches the pictures. The pictures always trump. That's everything that I said there is absolutely true. Read the title, make sure the pictures match the title, because if the pictures don't match the title, it's more likely that the title's messed up, for lack of a better word, oops, then the pictures were taken of the wrong cards, right? That's not super likely that, oops, they took the wrong pictures. So the pictures are probably what it is that the seller has and what the seller's trying to sell. The title has probably, there might be a mistake. So always make sure those two correlate exactly 100%. And if there's any questions, and if you see that the title doesn't match the pictures for whatever reason, absolutely, you need to message before you just buy it and say, haha, gotcha. Because they're not going to ship, right? They're not going to ship if you think you stole something from somebody, but you really didn't. Like if the title says gold on accident, but it's really not gold, it's just a bunch of base, you buy it and you're saying, haha, send me the gold. Well, they don't have the gold. The picture is more likely what they have than the screwed up title. They probably cut and pasted from a prior listing and just screwed up and didn't change it. So I would always send a message to make damn sure you're bidding on what you think you're bidding on, and make sure the seller possesses what they have in the pictures or in the title. Read the description extremely carefully, start to finish. I know y'all don't want to do this. I know everybody takes for granted that what they see in the title is what's in the pictures and the description. Look at the pictures, especially if you're buying raw cards. Read the description start to finish. There's a lot of crap going around with digital cards, NFTs. You're trying to buy a box, but really you're buying a spot in a box break. Just read the freaking description start to finish. It's going to take you a few seconds, and you may pick up some tips and get better at making your own descriptions. But just read the description start to finish, because sometimes people out there are trying to pull a fast one, and it's really important because they may not put read in the title or defect or flaw, but they may put it in the description, and you may bid on the title thinking you're getting a card with a chance to PSA 10 or 9, and they may state very clearly in the description, this card is not a PSA 9 or 10 card because, and then list it like they should. So just read every description, guys. Number 5, keep a spreadsheet of every single purchase. Same thing we said about selling, say the same thing about buying. Keep a spreadsheet of every single card you buy and what you paid for it. Okay. At this point in the video, I haven't done this yet, but I'm going to try. I took a video of my phone of exactly how I prepare, package, and ship cards to ship on eBay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to integrate that into this video editing thing, because I am a noob. I don't know anything about YouTube other than how to talk for a really long time. So I'm going to try to now cut over to that video, but it may or may not work. If it doesn't, I'll just do a whole separate video on shipping cards on eBay. It's that simple. So, but I am going to talk about it anyway on this video. So we may or may not have some video footage running in the background while I'm talking. I hope we do, but we may not. But if you're shipping raw cards, number 1, the raw card goes in a penny sleeve. Make sure it's the correct size. Number 2, the card within the penny sleeve then slides into a top loader. Make sure it's the correct size. Not too big, not too small. If it's too big, it's going to slide around and damage the card. If it's too small, you're going to try to jam it in there. It's going to mess up the corners. Number 3, put painter's tape at the top. If you don't know what painter's tape is, it's that colored tape that painters use to paint houses and to cover up baseboards and molding when they paint. Don't use Scotch tape. You're going to use a slight pinch at the top of the top loader with the painter's tape to kind of close the top loader, seal it at the top with that painter's tape to make sure the card doesn't slide up and down and damage the top or bottom edges. Number 3, then you're going to turn the card over and face the painter's tape down and put it into a team bag. If you don't know what a team bag is, it's a bag that either a slab, and there's different sizes, but they call it team bags for whatever reason. I think they used to put team sets raw in these bags. That's why they're called team bags. But you're going to put the top loader in a team bag. If you don't know what it is, Google it. And then you're going to seal that with painter's tape on the back as well. You can use Scotch tape on the back of your team bag, but painter's tape, you've already got it out. Just use painter's tape again. And that's going to seal the team bag. That protects the card from moisture and water intrusion and things like that. It's an extra layer of protection because you're going to ship it in a bubble mailer, which should also protect it from moisture intrusion. But now you've got an extra layer of protection. Then if you'd like to, I don't do this because I sell too much, but if you want to, you can put a nice little note, a message, an invoice, identifying what is included in the package, or a feedback request where you ask for positive feedback from the person opening the card that you sold. You can put that into your, or just attach it or tape it to your card or rubber band it. Then you're going to cardboard sandwich with packing tape. And this is where the video is going to come in. You're basically going to take two right-sized, properly sized, firm pieces of cardboard. You are going to put the team bag, top loader, penny sleeve, card in between the two pieces of cardboard, and then you're going to tightly wrap it horizontally and tightly wrap it vertically with packing tape, not Scotch tape, not painter's tape. You could use painter's tape, but I would use packing tape because it's super firm and it can really compress it and prevent any movement during transit and during shipping. Then you're going to take that cardboard sandwich and you're going to put it in a bubble mailer that is an appropriate size. I've got in question mark over here, double bubble. Sometimes I put that cardboard sandwich in a small bubble mailer and then take the small bubble mailer and either make another cardboard sandwich on the outside of the small bubble mailer and then put that into a medium-sized bubble mailer. So if you really need extra protection, if you send a $500 card, I'd probably do that. If I'm sending an $80 card, I probably wouldn't. I'd just put it in one bubble mailer. Then I personally, in red Sharpie on the front, at the bottom of every eBay label that I print, there's a little rectangular space at the very bottom. I cut out my label and put it on there, and then I write in red letters, "Please do not bend." I always use please, and I try to use thank you. Please do not bend in red on the front label, and then I flip the bubble mailer over and I write please do not bend on the back of the bubble mailer in big black Sharpie, and then I put thanks because I don't want the mail carrier mad at me like I'm demanding orders or giving imperatives. And so I write photos, right, because I want people to think it's something that's not valuable, but it is something that's delicate. I don't want to put on there, Trey Young gold prism, please do not damage, because now you're increasing your likelihood of theft. So I put photos, please do not bend, thanks, in black Sharpie on the back. And by the way, I reuse bubble mailers every chance I get, just like we talked about. I reuse all my materials and supplies every chance I get. And so I will use Scotch tape at the top of the bubble mailer to really seal that tight and make sure we keep moisture out. And then the last thing is put your card and put your bubble mailer in a very safe, dependable dispatch, a place where it always gets picked up. Don't guess. Don't say, hey, can you mail this for me? And give it to some kid on a Schwinn bike in your neighborhood. Make sure the damn thing gets in where it needs to get and gets off in the mail and starts the shipping process. With graded cards, okay, here's the only difference. You don't need a penny sleeve, obviously. You don't need a top loader. You don't need painter's tape. You just basically start at the team bag level, okay? So you team bag each slab. If you're sending two slabs, team bag both those slabs. You do not want those slabs rubbing together in transit. If they get dislodged, and I know they click in, right? Stacking slabs, right? They click in, but if they get dislodged, if they get dislodged during shipping, well, now the edge of one is scratching against the surface of the other. I put both of them in a team bag, and then I follow the same directions. You put it in a cardboard sandwich with packing tape, put your note in there. I would double bubble mail it, which is a small bubble mailer, and then another cardboard sandwich, and then a medium-sized bubble mailer. I do the same thing as far as what I write on the outside, and then I really make sure I send it in a safe and disposable way. One more tip, if you're using a FedEx shipping label, so if you're not printing your label off of eBay, but you're going to go print through FedEx, which is what I do. I ship my cards from my office, so if I'm printing it through FedEx, I print out the FedEx shipping label in the FedEx program, and then I attach the label to the box or the bubble mailer, whatever I'm sending. make sure you go back into eBay in your seller menu right here, guys. Oh man, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. You're not gonna be able to do it. But anyway, so if I pull up my eBay and then I go over here to selling, and I'm going in here. I should have left one open, damn it. But anyway, you're gonna have a little number on here that says awaiting shipment, meaning they've paid. It's time for you to get off your butt and ship it. You're gonna click the number. It's gonna pull up your little eBay seller listing. You want to go and there's going to be a drop down menu in there, and you're going to want to hit the drop down menu on that particular listing, and you're going to want to click add tracking number. Then you're going to cut and paste your tracking number off the FedEx screen. You don't even need to retype it. You can just cut and paste it. And then you're going to right click, paste the FedEx tracking number into your listing, and then you're going to click mark as shipped. And then it's going to disappear. Like you don't see it here, so because I've already shipped those. But then you're going to put mark as shipped, and what that does is that'll send an email to the buyer letting them know your card has been shipped. Here is your tracking number, and it is tracking through FedEx, not USPS. And so you'll input that tracking number, input FedEx, and then that way your buyer knows where the card's coming from, and then they can track the card with that tracking number you gave them. If you don't print the shipping label directly from eBay, you have to do that. In other words, you're printing your label somewhere else. You're not using eBay. You've got to input that tracking number so eBay knows, okay, you've shipped it, and then eBay will treat it as though it has been shipped. That's pretty much it. The biggest thing to remember on shipping is when in doubt, err on the side of caution and overprotection. Don't penny pinch. Don't try to save a few bucks, guys. Please don't penny pinch. Just err on the side of overprotection. If you're not sure if you should double bubble it, or you're not sure if you should put 2 cardboard sandwiches, or you're not sure whether you should send it in a small bubble mailer or put this sucker in a box. If it's a $395 card, put it in a freaking box, man. Just do it. Just spend the extra $1.50. It's like 1/4 of 1% for a $400 card to use a $1 box instead of a 25% bubble mailer. Always err on the side of caution. Take those extra steps. It's going to gain you a better reputation in the hobby. Knock on wood, I have not had a return in probably 4 or 5 years from shipping damage or misdescribed cards or anything like that I can recall. I don't think I've had one. Knock on wood, like I said, and I've sold a hell of a lot of stuff lately. I'm gonna show y'all my selling spreadsheet on another video at another time, but like thousands of transactions. And I don't even know what my eBay rating is. It's 3,006, but I guess that's just feedback. It might be 10,000. I don't freaking know. I don't stop paying attention. It doesn't matter. As long as I'm 100%, that's really all I care about. But always err on the side of caution, guys. I can't stress enough how crucial that is. I hope that I can find a way to blend in, and I have blended in. This is so hack and so novice, but I hope I have. I don't even know, inserted the packing and shipping video so y'all can see how I make the cardboard sandwiches and all that stuff to see, because I'd really like to get your feedback. I want you guys to comment if you think I'm doing something drastically wrong, or you think there's one more step that I left out, or there's another little, I always love to get little tips and tricks from people on how they buy and sell and list. So if there's anything you're doing as a buyer, seller, or shipper on eBay that you hate, put it in the comments. If there's something that I left out, I put this together just this morning, so I'm sure I could have spent 10 more hours and thought of more things. But hell, here we are at 48 minutes. If I forgot something, put that in the comments as well. And if there's something you do when you ship on eBay, or regardless of whether it's on eBay, when you ship period, if there's something you do that you think I need to incorporate into my methods, or I needed to discuss and share with the subscribership, let me know what that is as well. Again, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. As always, I've got my Cajun cardboard banner out here. I'm going to show you the whole banner top to bottom. It's really cool. It's like a 86 Fleer replica because, that's my thing. That's my favorite set. So you guys, I really appreciate you listening. The channel's growing a little bit. As always, I implore you, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. I got a lot of great stuff coming out. I've got stuff all the way out for 2 weeks now that I'm just making videos. I don't know. I'm inspired. I'm going through a phase, but and I'm having so much fun on YouTube. It's just really cool to me. And hit the like button. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm, whatever that means. Comment if you know what it means, or you know how I can hack it. That'd be great. And do me a favor, cut and paste the link to my channel, send it to like 3 or 4 of your friends, and just ask them to join. So because a lot of fun conversation pieces. The more people that listen, the more fun it will be, because the more comments. And so when I say comment below, instead of getting 1 or 2 comments, every day, we'll get 40, and we'll all learn together. Because like I always say, the purpose of every video is education or entertainment. This probably wasn't super entertaining, but hopefully it was really educational. If there's just one of you out there that's kind of new to YouTube, new to eBay, that's just kind of nervous about getting into it, or how to list, or how, so a lot of people buy, but not a lot of people have sold. If some of you guys are just nervous about whether you pack and ship right, hopefully this video helped a little bit. It's not the be all end all. It's not the only way to do things. I'll always say my way is not the only way to do things. I'm just sharing my experience in having been on eBay for 20 years. And like I said, I'm sure I forgot a lot of other stuff. But hopefully it'll help at least one person out there, over the course of the next few years as people keep clicking this. Anyway, thanks again for listening. As always, if you made it this far, you must like what I'm saying. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy to have you as my friend and my subscriber. So we're 50 minutes in. Appreciate the time. Happy collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. There's too many fantastic things going on to focus on the negative stuff and the big stuff, the Marks grading scandal and the fake Pokemon crap and the pandemic, and stop focusing on all that big crap. Think about your friends. Think about the people that you enjoy talking to in the hobby. Think about how fun it is to get cards in the mail. Think about how fun it is to build a set, or to put that grail in your collection, or to consolidate and then go chase that grail. Think about all the positive stuff, guys, and let the negative stuff just roll off your back like water on a duck. Thanks for listening. Peace. I appreciate your time.